Welcome to African Voices Changemakers. I'm Larry Midowa. Now, I consider myself an avid traveler. Last year, I went to about 20 countries here in Africa alone. But I think our changemaker this week may have me beat. So I've come here to his hometown in Takoradi in Western Ghana to meet a content creator who's become one of Africa's most influential YouTubers.
We are creating the African story in an African way. So there is no dilution or anything, it just has to be raw as much as we can. My name is Wode Maya, the biggest African travel creator, and I am a change maker. Thank you.
From village boy to YouTube superstar, Wode Maya is on a mission. He says he's connecting the dots for millions in Africa and in the diaspora to change the African narrative one video at a time.
A village boy from Ghana. I am telling the diasporans that, hey, Africa belongs to you. So I am just trying to preach to them that Africa is home because you are taken from here and it's about time for you to reconnect back to your roots.
Born Kobina Akron, Wode Maya's journey began as a 19-year-old student. He was following a childhood dream in China.
What inspired you to go and study aviation engineering in China?
It might sound crazy, but I wanted to buy an airplane for my mom. But as I was growing up, I was like, what a useless dream, man. How will you buy a plane for your mom? You know, but it was more of a drive to succeed. And I was looking for something that would make you more money. And that's why I went to that route. And after school, I was like, you know what? I think we got to drop this and follow another path.
Tell me about the name Wode Maya and what it means.
When I started making YouTube videos, my father found out about my videos. And when he found out, he was extremely mad that I took you to school to become an engineer. Why do you want to make videos? And, you know, it was those comedy videos. And he stopped talking to me. So I spoke to my mom about it, and I was like, you know what? I really want to do this. I've done my research. I think it's worth it. And my mom is like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm very sure. It's like, okay, you know what? Take your time. I'll speak to your dad. So with the idea of my dad, my mom being able to convince my dad, I was like, you know what? Let's celebrate my mom. Hence, Wode Maya. Wode means my, Maya means mom. So he literally calling me my mom all the time, but I'm not your mom, Larry.
He graduated in China as an aeronautical engineer in 2017 and later went back home to showcase Africa to the world.
I posted on my WeChat asking my fans that where am I? Okay, so here's my location. I'm in Ghana.
The move was a success.
Like, this is one of the reasons that I left China. Don't think that I have any bad reason leaving China, but I left China because of this.
Do you remember your first YouTube video?
Yep. Yes.
Why are you laughing? What was it like?
Because it was more like one guy coming to my room telling me that, hey, wake up and let's go make a video, and I just followed. Mm-hmm. And then we met this Nigerian guy who was a musician, so we're just more like promoting his song. It was just like posting the video and then sharing to your friends, and everybody started laughing. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And then when I started doing it as more like something that I have passion for, everybody's like, no, stop it. You're not funny.
So how has your approach to making videos changed from that first video to what you do now? How is it different?
I think in those days it was more easy to make a YouTube video because all you need to do is to go there and start talking. But now, because the audience have increased, you have to make sure you do your research because you don't want people to come for you in the comment section.
They will be dragging you in the comments if they don't like what you put out.
Exactly. You have to make sure the quality of the video is good because those days you can even shoot without a microphone. But then now, if you shoot without a microphone, come on, they will drag you.
So higher production values compared to when you began?
Like I have 6 guys, 4 editors, 2 on-road team. That they shoot the videos and the 4 people edit the video.
Today, the channel has amassed more than 1.5 million subscribers on the platform.
I had a passion of talking, yeah. I talk a lot. I can talk the whole day without getting tired. And I'm like, why do I have to talk for free? I have to monetize or talking. Hence...
Bro, I feel you. I feel you. I feel seen by this. You and me both.
So I started doing my own research. How do I talk and get paid? and hence YouTube. But one thing that really kept me moving is the negative remarks of the people around me. Literally everyone around me did not support the dream. So I was like, you know what? I have to make it. I will never give up on this movement.
Next, we go back home to his first house here in Takoradi to see how Wode Maya began.
We started interviewing more people, and that kind of videos actually carries more impact, even more than showcasing Africa in a positive light. You know why? Because most Africans don't even have mentors, people to look up to. I've seen so many people that are starting their own businesses because of a video that I did.
Women, rise up in your power.
Kobina Akron, aka Wode Maya, transformed his passion for talking from a pastime to a storytelling business. He's not shy to share the spotlight with African entrepreneurs, companies, celebrities, even presidents.
It started on a comment that somebody left on my video back in 2020. Like, you keep traveling to all these countries, sleeping in all these beautiful hotels, but they're not owned by Africans. So what are you promoting? I mean, that was a more like a negative criticism. I took it and I made lemonade out of it.
The young man who daydreamed of planes got his resilience from here.
Larry.
Yes?
The entire story of Wode Maya started from this room. I was so desperate to get out of Ghana. So I was trying all I can. I mean, I applied school in the UK, I got it, got a scholarship to study in the UK, my visa got refused, and that's how I ended up in China. The paint, everything is in its original state. When I got my passport, my father could not afford for me to go to China. So he seized my passport, telling me that I have to study in Ghana no matter what. I applied for the school, I got it, but he's like, you're not leaving. Mm-hmm. So 3 months later, I convinced my uncle, and then he decided to just pay my flight ticket. So after 3 months, that's when my father gathered some money and paid my school fees for 6 months, and that's the last time he paid for my school fees.
And in that time, you had learned Chinese?
I learned Chinese. I became a lecturer in my university. I started selling hot dogs on campus. I started teaching English, jumping. You know, I did a lot in China to survive, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a lot. And Larry, all the things that I'm saying, there are videos to prove it.
Exchanging the suit and tie for a comfortable pair of slippers marked Wode Maya's YouTube evolution. In December of 2021, he became the first YouTuber in Ghana to reach 1 million subscribers.
You travel all over, but you came from here. What has coming from here taught you about life?
That's a tough question. But all I would say is, wherever, man, 1 minute, Larry. Mm-hmm. That's a tough question.
Take your time.
Coming from here and being with, I mean, all the people that I meet, I always tell people that it takes a village to raise a child. Because I remember spending time with Innocent from Nigeria, spending time with Alan, the owner of Air Peace, and Innocent called me and said, you look so small, but you're mighty. And I'm like, that modesty, I got it from here. And that is why I brought the village boy slogan. Like, this is where I'm coming from, and I don't want to forget it. Always. Because when I met the Prime Minister, I couldn't even believe that I'm spending the time with the Prime Minister of Barbados. And I found out she's even a fan.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I think I've made it in life. You know?
If a world leader on the other side of the Caribbean is a fan of your work.
Yep, and there are more, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I got a call from the president of Guyana.
Right.
I had to fly from Jamaica to Guyana. I couldn't believe it. And a big shout out to my dad, even though he's no more, to see whatever is happening, because whatever I'm doing right now was inspired by my dad.
The boy that grew up here, speaking to the Prime Minister of Barbados, getting called by the president of Guyana. Did you ever imagine that would happen?
Never. Until today. I still can't believe it. I can't even believe that Larry is here.
I came from South Africa to talk to you.
I can't believe that Larry is here.
When he's not traveling the world, Wode Maya puts his money where his mouth is. This year, his funding in hopes to finish a new games court project for his old high school.
I feel like my entire life changed from this school. I mean, my core values came from this school, and I feel like it's about time for me to give back.
Sit by the window.
Yep, all the time.
How do you fund your travels around Africa, around the world?
YouTube pays everything. YouTube pays everything. So more like, for me, I don't want to dilute my content. I have branded myself as the village boy from Ghana, and I always want to represent that brand.
How do you come from studying aviation engineering and full-time storytelling?
I think it was more like a passion. It's not something that I really planned for, but I found myself doing it. I didn't even start as a storyteller, I started as a comedian. And it's always the role of every single African to be the ambassador for the continent. Imagine if we can have thousands of Wode Maya projecting Africa in a positive way.
Right.
I mean, it will attract investment because a lot of people are scared of investing in the continent because of the things that they hear or see. So I believe this work and what you're doing is very, very important.
Next, Wode Maya speaks out about his dreams of a borderless Africa.
I believe in the dreams of Marcus Garvey, Africa for Africans, and it only takes Africans to unite to build Africa.
Does he look like him, Marcus Garvey?
Earlier this year, Wode Maya embarked on a long-awaited journey to the Caribbean. You talk a lot about connecting Africa and the diaspora. That you just spent 6 months in the Caribbean. Why is this important to you, that connection?
So I'm more like trying to bring more African entrepreneurs, let them share their journeys with me, and then put it out there to inspire other Africans to return back to Africa. If you're living in the West, return back to Africa. If you're living in Africa, believe in Africa and start investing in Africa.
During the trip, he says he was reminded of the challenges for Africans around the world.
Why were you so keen to get to Jamaica?
Like, I'm on a journey to bridge the gap between Africans in Africa and Africans in the diaspora. You know, flying directly from Jamaica to Africa is just 6 to 7 hours.
But there's no direct flight.
But there's no direct flight to the Caribbean. And you have to apply for visas. And anytime I apply for visa, I get denied.
So Jamaica kept denying you visa?
No, you don't need visa to go to Jamaica.
Right.
But you need visa you have to pass through America, you get denied.
Right.
First visa to America was denied. I have to apply for European visa. If I want to go through that route, it got denied. When I got American visa, when I finally got it, my team got denied. So we had to go through Brazil. It was not easy, man. When I made it to Jamaica, I shed tears, man. I'm like, finally, I made it.
Was it worth it?
More than worth it. They love me in Jamaica, bro. Oh, God. I can't wait to go back, man. They love me in Jamaica. Seeing the people that watches my videos, that was a life-changing moment for me.
Achieving a borderless Africa for Africans is part of his mission as a content creator. What is your biggest dream that you're yet to accomplish? What's next for you?
To travel from Cape Town to Cairo, promoting a borderless Africa. And my biggest goal is to travel to every country in Africa without applying for visa.
Oof, that's going to take a while.
I think we can do it. It's about time for us to start speaking about it. And I just want to take this upon myself. I know if it's the last thing that I will do before my last breath, I'm going to do it because I think it's about time to allow the free movement of Africans within Africa.
Nigerian content creator Pelumi Nubi shares this dream. She stopped in Accra to collaborate with Wode Maya during her extraordinary journey from London to Lagos.
This is a tiny car. Are you crazy to be driving from London to Lagos in this?
Well, it is my baby, that's what I call her. She's a Porsche 107 and it's just so small, but I've used her. It was my car I used back in the UK, so it just made sense to use the same car I was quite familiar with. Crazy to use her? Absolutely, and that's one of my favorite words.
What's been the lesson doing this incredible journey?
that if we don't tell our story, someone else will tell it for us. I was very big on like really telling the narrative, showcasing different places. This has not been a drive-through. It has been, you know, culturally immersing myself, tasting the local culture, meeting local people, having conversation. So really showcasing that. And for myself, my personal growth is just like I can do hard things and showing people that whatever they consider impossible can really be done. So, you know, travel is how I've used it, but people have taken inspiration to start a new business, do something daring or something they want to do. So yeah, it's been lots of lessons, you know, patience, endurance, you know, being knocked down and standing up again.
So she's making it to Lagos and back to London?
I don't think she'll pass an MOT in London. But yeah, she's definitely making it to Lagos and probably she'll find a home there.
I think Pelumi really inspired, knowing that she did that all by herself.
Right.
And as a woman, that was beautiful, man. I mean, I watch her, and she's more like the female version of Maya, you know. She's so energetic, she smiles a lot, and I'm like, yo, you inspired me. Because the first day that she announced that she's going to be on this journey, that was the day that I tested her. And I'm like, hey, whenever you get to Ghana, let me shake your hands, because your journey has really inspired me to tackle my Cape Town to Cairo trip.
Next, Wode Maya unfolds the flavors of Ghana.
So, street food time. Your fans cannot even let us enjoy street food.
How you doing? I'm good. How are you? No, I'm in Ghana now.
Can you actually walk anywhere without him getting mobbed by his fans?
No, no, all the time, everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're just gonna eat street food here. Okay, what's here?
Harry, this is Coffee Broke Man.
Coffee broke man?
Or the fancies will say Brody Cocoa.
What does that mean?
Brody means plantain and cocoa means like ripe.
Ah.
So Brody Cocoa or Coffee Broke Man.
I've seen this all over Ghana.
It's everywhere. It's a lifesaver, by the way.
I gotta try this.
For broke men.
Oh, that's what the broke man for broke man.
And it's very filling.
It's very filling.
And when we started dating, he used to bring me here a lot.
Oh, really?
So I'm not bringing you to my dating spot. I'm sure she knows me.
So this is the one that really convinced you. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the man.
I was like, simple guy. And I fell for it.
I know Larry's a village boy, so I don't want to teach him certain things.
Some things are just naturally occurring. Oh, it's so good together.
I know, right?
It is so good together.
Nice to see you.
Wode Maya's charisma opens doors everywhere he goes.
Thank you.
It also opened Miss Trudy's heart, his wife and content creator from Kenya.
What is it like, Trudy, being married to another content creator?
It's amazing.
So you bring the work home.
It's amazing because he's my inspiration. I'm where I am today mostly because of this guy. Because when I met him, I was so lost. But he showed me how to make money and he showed me how to create content. He just played such a big role.
How do you guys decide when you do collaborations together and when you do your own separate content?
Usually we do separate content all the time. Just once in a while, for example, when you travel to a resort, we do it together.
Today we are in his favorite food spot to show me how to properly eat the dish that made him come back home from China.
What we call scissors.
Yeah.
Put your hand in there. Scissors, yeah?
Like this?
Yeah, and then go down.
Oh, it's hard.
It's hot.
Oh, it's so hard. And then?
Good.
Like that.
Larry,
Like that.
dip it in the sauce.
And then
And
just eat it.
Don't swallow. Hey, don't chew, swallow.
It's so hard. How do I just...
No, just have to swallow. Larry, swallow. No. You failed, man.
Oh, I forgot. I started to chew. I'm not supposed to chew.
No, you're not
Okay, let me
supposed
try it again. So scissors.
Scissors. Yep. And exactly. Take your time. Make sure it has the soup. Yep. To help you swallow.
And then just... Oh, love it. I'm Ghanaian now.
Whether rain or shine, whether the storm comes, you'll forever be my lovely wife.
You share a lot of your life online,
Yeah.
personal life,
Yep.
your travels.
Yep.
How do you balance between sharing so much of your life as a public figure, but also maintaining some form of privacy?
For me, I think whatever you see out there is more like 30% of Wode Maya. The 70% of my life is more private. I love my privacy. I always try to balance it in terms of keeping something, and some things that I feel like you need to know. But things that I feel like it's more private, we keep it private. She has a brand. I have my brand. I know what my brand represents, but sometimes we combined both brands to do videos together when it matters, because some brands need both of us, so we have to work together. But at the end of the day, I always want to make sure that she sticks to whatever she's doing or her lifestyle content, and I stick to the message that I'm trying to preach. So we always know how to get things around.
All right, so who's learning whose language? How's the Swahili coming along?
Kidogo Swahili, man.
Kidogo, just a little bit.
Just Kidogo. Just Kidogo.
Is she learning any Twi or?
Yeah, she knows how to, say words in Twi. Sometimes it sounds so weird in my ears, but I'll take it like that. But it's more like an African Union thing.
Right.
Trying to use this union to bring Africans together. And I think that's even inspired a lot of people marrying across their countries. And they're like, oh, I saw Maya marrying from Kenya, so I also went to Ethiopia. So it's a beautiful thing to see, man.
And that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can catch up with our past shows, present, future, all on our website, cnn.com/African Voices, and connect with us on our social channels. I'm Larry Medowo in the heart of Takoradi in Western Ghana, and I'll see you next time.